Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to my review of tonight's edition of Smackdown. And I thought tonight's edition, it was the Valentine's Day edition of Smackdown. I thought it was a good show. I'd say it was a lot better than Raw last night. This, of course, coming off of the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, which I have to say, tonight's Smackdown was a lot better, also a lot better than the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. So, but the show started off with Bray Wyatt coming out, saying, saying, he's the new WWE champion, and John Cena also comes out saying that the crowd chanting, he deserves it, Bray Wyatt deserves the championship, and Cena goes on to say that Bray is a target for that title. And that, Cena wanted his rematch, because they were going to have a rematch tonight. And he says that people are excited about it and that he wants to have the match right now. And then out comes AJ Styles. He comes out and says that Cena's not going to get his rematch before him. And Styles goes on to say that this is about him and not Cena, and he says that he can beat Bray Wyatt, and he wants his rematch. He wants his match with Bray for the title. Out comes Daniel Bryan. He ends up making a triple threat match for the title, so it'll be Cena versus Styles versus Bray Wyatt for the WWE title. So, but all in all, it was a good opening segment. So, and then when SmackDown came back from commercial, we saw Dean Ambrose backstage. He was looking for Baron Corbin, and we had the first match. It was American Alpha versus the Ascension. It was a pretty good match. Very good match to see American Alpha in, but they got the win against the Ascension. So they put on a pretty good match, American Alpha tonight. And then after the match, the Usos are on the Titantron saying that they want American Alpha again, and they want to take tag team titles away from them. So, it was a good match, American Alpha versus the Ascension. And then we go backstage again, and we see James Ellsworth and Carmella there. James Ellsworth says to Carmella, they should go out to dinner for, Valentine's Day. And Dean Ambrose is there, still looking for Baron Corbin. And he tells Ellsworth that Carmella is just using him. And, Daniel Bryan is shown in that, he will take care of what, Ambrose wants with Corbin. And then when SmackDown comes back from the commercial, we see James Ellsworth and Carmella in the ring. Ellsworth is introducing Carmella, saying, to the crowd, oh, don't boo her, And then Dean Ambrose music hits. He wants to sell this with James Ellsworth. But lo and behold, we see Ambrose being taken out by Corbin on stage. And Ambrose makes a comeback to try and take out Corbin, but Corbin ends up throwing Ambrose into this electrical table with this electrical equipment, and we see, just a spark go off, just one spark. So, it was it was cool seeing that though. So yeah, so eventually we're going to get to see, Corbin and Ambrose have their feud. So, and then after that, we see Nikki Bella is backstage with Daniel Bryan, talking about, how Natalia's always attacking Nikki, from behind and off guard. And then Natalya comes in. Nikki says that, Nikki blames Natalya that it's her fault that Team SmackDown lost that Survivor Series, and they start taking out each other. Daniel Bryan ends up calling the security to separate them in his office, and it pisses off, Daniel so much, and that he makes a match for next week's edition of SmackDown, saying that both Nikki and Natalya are going to fight in a Falls Count Anywhere match. So that's going to be pretty good next week. So, and then after that, Baron Corbin is being interviewed, and he gives an explanation on why he didn't win the WWE title at Elimination Chamber, and he blames it on Dean Ambrose. So it was a short little interview. And then we see Renee Young in the ring, and she interviews Dolph Ziggler about his match at Elimination Chamber, where he had the 2-on-1 handicap match between him versus Apollo Crews and Kalisto. And Dolph ends up calling Apollo and Kalisto sore losers, and that what he did to them was just a wake-up call, and that the other superstars in the locker room are, he calls them out and say that he's going to put them in their places. So, it was a pretty cool interview between Renee and Dolph. And then it was Mickie James versus Becky Lynch, a rematch from Sunday. And this was a pretty good match. Flowed pretty good. Just Becky and Mickie giving it all they got. But almost at the end of the match, you had Mickie trying to fake, the ref, saying that she can't go on with the match just to end the match. And then lo and behold, she ends up, hitting Becky Lynch with a kick to score the win. And so Mickie James won the match. So, but all in all, it was a pretty good match. And then we had Naomi being interviewed in the ring, and she goes on to say that holding the title is not going to stop her, and it took her 8 years just to fight and get that title around her. She started from the bottom, when she was with Brodus Clay, and she was one half of the Funkadactyls. And it's cool that she finally has her first she won her first title win. And then out comes Alexa Bliss saying that Naomi was just lucked out on Sunday, facing her, and that when she gets her rematch against Naomi, Naomi's not going to be walking out with the title around her. It's going to come back to Alexa. So, but yeah, it was a pretty cool segment with Naomi and Alexa Bliss. And then the next was the main event, which was Bray Wyatt versus John Cena and AJ Styles triple threat match. Before the match even started, Luke Harper ends up attacking Bray Wyatt from behind. And then, Bray, just went on with the match with Cena and Styles. Really awesome match. You had AJ Styles jumping from the You had AJ Styles jumping onto the announce table, take out Bray Wyatt. Had Cena giving AJ Styles the AA. But lo and behold, in the end, Bray Wyatt got the win, still retains the WWE title with the Sister Abigail on Cena. After the match, Randy Orton comes down, gets on the mic, tells Bray Wyatt that he refuses to face him at WrestleMania. And it just ends with, Randy Orton getting down on his knees and doing this. And then Bray ends up saying to Randy that he has the keys to the kingdom. And so that that ends the show right there. So, but it was an awesome match. It was an awesome triple threat match. Really awesome that AJ jumped off from the barricade onto the announce table, hitting Bray Wyatt. So, yeah. So, anyways, that's it for my review of tonight's edition of SmackDown. Thank you all for watching. And until next video, I'll see you all later.